Hi, Aria. How are you today?
Good.
All right, that's really good. So as you know, your grandmother had called me and she wanted me to speak to you about what's been going on. I want to say yesterday or Monday, the incident that occurred. So she told me about what had happened, and I wanted to give you that opportunity to let me know what was going on. So tell me a little bit what happened. You don't know?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
So your grandmother told me, I don't know, was it Monday? Um, about an incident, maybe a little bit of a meltdown that had occurred after you came home from school.
Mm, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Can you tell me about that?
It wasn't really a big deal. I mean, I was just texting my boyfriend.
Your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And who is your boyfriend?
Um, he's just a little older. That's probably why she was bugging, but
Yeah.
it's not that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Age is just a number.
Yeah. And last time I had spoken to you, you told me you didn't have a cell phone. So how did you get a cell phone?
Well, my friend let me use hers,
Okay.
so I was borrowing it.
You're borrowing it,
Mhm.
and you were texting your boyfriend.
Mhm.
What was his name?
John.
John. You were texting John,
Mhm.
and Grandma found out, got a little upset.
Yeah, she got a little crazy on
Mm-hmm. And what happened? Did she talk to you about it? What happened when she found out?
me. Um, I think I don't really remember all the details, but she was like yelling at me because I guess she found out that he was like 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I went off and I was like, it's not a big deal. And basically told her that she's always trying to control my life. And, you know, it wasn't that serious. And I think I just got a little too out of control because I kind of blanked out
Okay.
and I don't remember
I don't remember.
what else happened. But I think that's why she called you and stuff. But
Okay. So, kind of, I want to go back a little bit. So your grandmother confronted you when you came home from school. Am I getting this right?
mm-hmm.
Okay. And so, how was school that day? Were you okay? Were you having a pretty normal day?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so then when grandma came home, she saw that you had a cell phone and you weren't supposed to have one.
Well, yeah, I accidentally, well, no, I didn't accident. I was in the bathroom and she kept trying to be nosy and I was telling her that I was using the bathroom and I guess I was in there too long and she was like bugging and then she found out.
Wow. Okay.
She
And
saw
so,
me, she caught me, like she opened the door and she caught me.
okay. So, what were you feeling? Let's start with that. Let's go back a little bit. Let's talk about the incident about, because it sounds like you got a little angry, right? That you got a little,
Mm-hmm.
things got a little escalated, and then maybe some yelling and screaming happened, and maybe someone messed up a couch a little bit. Yeah. So, what were you feeling in that moment when grandma came in and you said she was bugging out on you? What were you feeling?
Kind of angry,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm talking to somebody so mature
Mm-hmm.
and grown, and I feel like I'm grown because, I mean, why would he want to talk to somebody so young?
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm an adult now.
You're an adult now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, so my next question, just kind of go with me with this. It might be a little hard for you to come up with an answer. So just give a minute. Um, what was the thought that you had behind it? So you had said to me you were angry and you felt like you were an adult. So what was some of that the thought process behind those feelings of anger. So you don't know. So you were saying that you felt like you were an adult, and so, and let me know if I'm wrong. Did you feel a little disrespected by grandmother? Did you feel like she didn't trust you? Those types of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely what it was.
Yeah. So you felt a little felt a little mistrust and disrespected. Aria, when you're angry, how does it feel physically? So does your heart race? Do your hands get sweaty? Can you feel your face get hot? What are some of the physical symptoms that you feel?
I feel like my heart is beating fast and my face does get red. Definitely, like I could feel it like getting warm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the reason why I'm asking you this is because I wanna start sitting down with you, because it seems like you might be having these blow-ups with grandma pretty frequently, right? Mm-hmm. And I want to start having you learning how to kind of get yourself to calm down a little bit after the situation, because you blow up and then it's, the tension in the house, at least from what grandma's perspective is. And then you didn't really tell me about what happened afterwards, but is that it's kind of shaky for a little bit. You and grandma really don't get to talk it out afterwards. So I want you the next time, okay, to pay attention to the goal really is to pay attention to when those physical symptoms. You said your face gets a little hot, right? So that you don't get to that point. You don't get to that yelling and screaming and then going out and going off at grandma. But before we can do that and start putting in those little things, what I want you to do for the next week is to kind of do what we just did right here. What was the situation that happened? So that's going to be your trigger, right? Mm-hmm. So a good example of this, I think for me, I'll use a good example. If someone said that I was mean, that wouldn't really bother me, right? Mm-hmm. But if someone said that I was ugly or if I was fat or something like that, even, for most girls, mm-hmm. that would, make me angry. So that would be the trigger, someone calling me fat or ugly, right? Mm-hmm. And then the next thing would be the thought behind it. So in that situation, if someone was calling me fat or ugly, I would automatically think, and this is the really important part, I would automatically think, I must be fat or ugly, right? Mm-hmm. Which is then going to follow a feeling, okay? Mm-hmm. Which could be, for me, sadness and anger. Mm-hmm. After that is going to be the action. So what did I do? Because I felt this way and I thought this way. So for me, if I was feeling sad, I would maybe cry, or I would go to my room. Or if I was angry, I might blow up and cuss them out. Mm-hmm. So what I want you to do this week in between our session is to, if something were to occur, or even at school, something that happens at school, it doesn't have to necessarily be with grandma. I want you to write down those 4 things. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be a paragraph. I'm not looking for that. I'm just looking for a sentence. What happened? Grandma said she can't trust me, this situation. What I thought. I thought she was disrespecting me. I felt angry, so I started screaming. Okay? Do you think you can do that for me? Okay. All right. So good luck this week, and we will pick it up again next week, okay? All right, Aria.